So good morning, everyone. So before first semester, this is your last class. I think tomorrow I don't have any class, and on Friday I think you'll get your kit. So on that day also classes will not be there, and Saturday you'll have your preparation leave. So today is the last class. So if you have any doubt related to chapter number 1 to 5, so today we will do that only. I'm not going to teach further. Okay. Yes, Anjal.
Good morning, Miss.
Morning.
Miss, in public deposits, it is written that depositors get a higher rate of interest than that available on bank deposit. At the same time, companies find it cheaper. Why companies find it cheaper?
See, if when we are comparing it, that when the company will take the loan from the bank and financial institutions, so the interest which they will have to give it to the bank, okay, the interest which they will have to give it to the bank, the rate of interest is higher than the rate of interest which they are giving it to the public deposits. Okay, on public deposits, whatever rate of interest which they are giving, if we will compare it with that no rate, so that is higher when they are taking loans from different financial institutions or banks. But here, if we take it from the depositor side, it is said from the depositor means who is giving, the public, the employees, the shareholders, those who are giving as a way of public deposits to the company, they are getting higher rate of interest as compared to the rate of interest which they are getting it from the bank. You know, normally the rate at which the banks give the interest, that is lower, okay, but the rate at which the bank takes interest, that is high. Means on loan that the bank gives to the outsiders, the rate is very, very high. But the savings and the deposits which we are depositing it into the bank, like fixed deposits and all, so the interest rate is lower. Means the bank is giving lower rate of interest, means interest at a lower rate to their customers, but charging higher rate from the same customer if that customer is taking loan. This is the business of the bank. Okay, if they will give the same rate of interest or higher rate of interest, then what will be their income? Okay, so this is the income. So from the depositor side, if you will take that, the depositor will get the higher rate of interest, okay, on whatever amount they have given it to the company as a way of public deposit. But, and at the same time, the company, they will have to give the lower rate of interest than it is charged from the bank. Okay, because banks, they are charging higher rate of interest on the loans which they are providing. Okay, so I hope that is clear. From both the sides you will have to think. Okay, anything else? Today is the last class, so you may ask all the questions, whatever queries are there in any of the chapters. You take your time, read it, find out your problems, and please ask me. Because after that, you will not get any time to ask. Okay, let us revise the differences. Starting from the first chapter, if we take the differences, first chapter. Suppose if sorry, before that differences, let us first do this question. Suppose if it is asked, what is SWOT analysis? Okay. If it is asked in 2 marks, then you can write SWOT analysis means that strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threat. Only if these words you will write, you will get the marks, but only in 2 marks. But if it is asked in 3 marks, 4 marks, so you will have to define all that. Okay. That's SWOT analysis. SWOT is an acronym for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And then you will have to define it. Okay. What is this SWOT analysis? That is a technique for analyzing and diagnosing the environment. It is a technique, okay, that helps in analyzing, interpreting, and diagnosing the environment. Okay. What type of environment? Business environment. Diagnosing the internal environment of business as well as the external environment of business. It gives no understanding ability of the internal business environment as well as external business environment. The strengths and weaknesses, what do they state? They are stating the internal strength and weaknesses of the business. Okay, internally, they are the internal part of the business organization, which is to some extent controllable also. But what about the opportunities and threats? It depicts the external part of the business environment, which is uncontrollable. Most of the time it is unfavorable also. What are the opportunities available in the market? What are the threats which are available? The opportunities, whether it is applicable for our business, how much we can avail those opportunities as per the financial abilities of the business. All that decisions are to be taken. Then the threats which are there available in the market, all those threats which are there, you can see all these IT industries, mobile companies, lot of threat is available, no? They have to come up with new functions, new additional functions, advancements, then only they can survive in this competitive environment. Otherwise, they won't be able to survive. If one company has started one function, they have done any advancement, the other companies, they will have to adopt those things. If they don't adopt, they will not be able to survive. So how fast they are in creating these types of new things and satisfying the large number of customers. In today's environment, you can see the taste, habits, nature of the customer that has become very, very volatile. It keeps on changing. So it is really very, very difficult to survive in this competitive environment and supply the, you can say, the quality products and the products which are needed by the customers. Maybe you may have a production, and as you are producing, the demand can just, it can go. The demand will be, means the product will be out of the market immediately. There will be no demand left for that product. So what will you do? You cannot stop the production also. And if it is produced, how to sell those products in the market? Because every time the things are changing. That is why it becomes very, very essential to scan the environment. Okay, and find out all these strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So this is about SWOT analysis. Now there are differences if we talk about differences. Fixed capital and working capital. The difference between fixed capital and working capital. So what is the difference between fixed capital and working capital? What is fixed capital and what is working capital? You know that concept? What is the difference between these two? Anybody? You can see, just see all the points, all of you. fixed capital and working capital. All the points. Please go through all the points. There are 6 points. And I have already told you that please write the basis and then only write the distinction. Okay? 3 columns should be there. It is better that if you will write basis, then you can write in short form also under the differences of fixed and working capital. So better you write the basis. Red. So what did you find? How can you explain? Disha, can you explain?
Yes, Miss. First, it is the fixed capital is used is invested to usually in fixed assets, and working capital is invested in current assets.
Okay. Next. Any other
Yes.
point?
Then it is block capital and fixed capital is circulating capital. Working capital is circulating capital.
Yes, yes.
And
Miss, then fixed capital is used to generate income, and working capital is used to so meet day-to-day expenses of the business.
Okay. Other points? Anjal Chaurasia?
Miss, fixed capital is there in the business for long period of time, and working capital is for short period of time. That is, it is meant for day-to-day deployment.
Okay. And what about the sources of fixed capital and working capital? One difference can be related to the sources also.
Share and debenture,
Yes. Shares can be there, debentures can be there.
public deposit, trade credit, or working capital.
Okay. So this is all about the differences. You can see 6 differences are there. The very first that is related to meaning, that is capital invested in fixed assets. Fixed capital are invested in fixed assets and working capital are invested in working assets, that is called as current assets, which are there for meeting the day-to-day expenditure. Then time span of investment. Here the investment is done for a long time period. Under the fixed capital, you can say the fixed capital is invested for a long time period, whereas the working capital is invested for a short time period, that is a period of 1 year mainly. Third is circulation. Fixed capital does not circulate or changes its form because it is a fixed investment. Whereas the working capital, it keeps on circulating, and I have already told you how it circulates from cash to raw material to work in progress to finished products to bills receivable, and bills receivable to again back to cash. So it keeps on moving, circulating. Then sources. Sources we have done. Somebody answered. Shares, debentures, and long-term loans. Okay. Now here working capital, you have seen we have done many different ways. It can be public deposits, trade credit, taking short-term loans from the banks. All these can be the sources of working capital. Now, what is the purpose for this fixed capital? The main purpose for investing the fixed capital is generating income, okay, for a longer period of time. And here, working capital, it is not for generating income for a longer period of time, but it is for short period of time, and it is meant for meeting the day-to-day expenditures like payment of salaries, wages, rent, electricity expenses, and other miscellaneous expenses are incurred. Then sixth one is, what is another term? That is, it is also called as block capital, fixed capital. And here working capital is also called as circulating capital. So these are the differences. All these points you can learn, and any maximum 5 marks it's there, and any 5 points, if it will be asked in 5 marks, you write 5 points, 4 marks, then you write 4 points, 2 marks, write 2 points, like that. It depends on the number of marks. Then in third chapter, the difference between preference shares and equity shares. Yes, it is there in the syllabus. Distinction between preference shares and equity shares. Come on, read all this. 12 points are there under this. 12 points. I'm giving you 5 minutes to please learn these points, and I think copy is there nearby you. If any copy is there, please, in that rough copy, you please write few points. Close your book and write few points, whatever you can remember within those 5 minutes, and you'll read before me. Okay, all those points. Please see. 5 minutes I'm giving you. Please learn the points, and let's see how many points you can learn. 12 points are there. Within 5 minutes, let's see how many points you can remember. All of you, please switch on your camera. Avantika Shahi, Apurva Gupta, Razia, switch on your cameras. While writing, you will switch on your cameras. Razia. Yes, Razia, what do you want to ask?
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning.
Miss, you have given something.
Your voice is
Miss,
not.
just now only I have joined because my brother has gone to give the. Miss, my voice is audible. Miss, my voice is audible.
Yes, little bit it is audible, not properly. So now it's audible. You speak up. So just now you have joined, so do whatever I have said. Page number 47 in my book, distinction between equity shares and preference shares. Okay, you learn points. I'm giving you 5 minutes, and after that you will have to write it and read it before me. Okay. Okay, now you please close your books. Okay, all of you, please close your books. Keep it aside, all of you. And switch on your cameras, everyone. Those who have joined, please switch on your cameras and please keep your books aside and take out your rough copy and you please write all the differences. Whatever you remember, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. If you remember all 12, write all 12 differences. Okay, come on, writing time has started. Write it. Done, Anjal Chaurasia? You've also done, Sanata Gupta? Done? It's 2 more minutes. After that, I will ask. Okay, so please put your pen down, okay? And now, please read one by one. Anjal Chaurasia, you read what you have written.
Miss, basis nominal value in preference share, the nominal value is very high, means it is high, and in equity share, it is low.
Yes, correct.
More points.
Yes, all points, whatever you have written. Let's see how many points you remember.
Rate of dividend in preference share, it is generally fixed, and in equity share, it is based on company's profit. Third, rate to dividend in preference share, it is paid prior to equity shares, and in equity share, it is paid after the payment made in preference share.
That's also correct. Next.
Appeal. In preference share, it is appealed to cautious investors, and in equity share, it is appealed to bold and adventurous investors. Then risk. In preference share, risk is very low. In equity share, risk is very high. The business may sink or swim. Then redemption. In preference share, redemption can be made during the lifetime of the company, and in equity share,
What redemption? Redemption of what? That you have to mention.
redemption of dividend.
Redemption of dividend. Dividend is not redeemed. Capital is redeemed. Add the word capital. If you will write like that only, you will not get any marks. Redemption of capital. Okay. Capital is redeemed. Redeemable preference shares are there, no? So the capital is redeemed. Okay.
In preference share, redemption of capital can be made during the lifetime of the company, and in equity share, capital is not redeemable during the lifetime of the company. Voting rights. In preference share carry limited voting right when the company is outstanding for more than 2 years, and equity share carries full voting right. Convertibility. Preference shares can be converted into equity shares, and equity shares cannot be converted into preference shares.
Okay. How many points together you wrote?
8.
8 points. Very good. Okay. Prasannata Gupta, you read.
Miss, basis risk. In equity shares, risk is high, and in preference shares, risk is generally low. Right to dividend. Dividend in equity shares, dividend is paid after preference shares, and in preference shares, it is paid prior to the equity shares. Convertibility, equity shares cannot be converted into preference shares, and preference shares can be converted into equity shares. Redemption of capital. In equity shares, the capital can be redeemable, cannot be redeemable during the lifetime of the business, and in preference shares, it is redeemable during the lifetime of business. Nominal value in equity shares, it is low, and in preference shares, it is high. Rate of dividend is fixed in preference shares and varies as per the profit of the business in equity shares.
That's correct.
Refund of capital in equity shares, capital is refunded after all the payment is done, and in preference shares, it is paid prior to the equity shares. Voting rights, equity shareholders carry full voting rights, and preference shareholders carry limited voting rights.
Correct. That.
Appeal. In equity shares, it is appeal to the bold and adventurous investors, and in preference shares, it is appeal to the cautious investors.
Yes, correct. That is. How many points did you write? 9?
Yes, miss.
Okay, that is correct. And very good that you all have mentioned that preference shares have limited voting rights. Normally the students, they used to write that they do not have any voting rights. So the same as you'll write, 0 marks will be there. Okay. So limited voting right, that limited word is very, very important to be written. Then only you'll get marks. Okay, Apurva. Yes, you read. Just unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. From this side, I have just unmuted. Some problem is there in your system because from this side, I have unmuted. Okay, by the time, please check it. What is the problem? Harshit, you tell.
Miss,
Yes.
degree of risk in preference shares, it is generally low, and in equity shares, it's very high.
Okay.
Rate of dividend in preference shares, it is generally fixed, and in equity shares, it varies from company's profit. Convertibility in preference shares may be converted into equity shares, and equity shares cannot be converted into preference shares. Nominal value preference shares, it is generally high, and in equity shares, it is generally low.
Yes.
Areas of dividend may accumulate, never accumulate. Miss preference shares may accumulate, and equity shares never accumulate. And refund of capital, preference shares prior to refund on preference shares, and miss repayment in equity shares, repayment after all the obligations are refunded. This order of refund in preference shares before equity shares are paid, and in equity shares after preference shares are paid.
Okay. That's all? Good.
Yes, miss. 7 points.
Agrita,
Yes, miss.
you read the points.
Miss, nominal value for preference shares generally high
Yes.
and for equity shares generally low. Appeal, preference shares appeal to cautious and conservative investors. Equity shares appeal to bold and adventurous investors. Areas of dividend for preference shares may accumulate and for the equity shares never accumulate.
Correct.
Degree of risk, preference shares generally low and equity shares very high risk. Redemption, preference shares redeemable during the lifetime of the company and equity shares not redeemable during the lifetime of the company. Convertibility may be convertible in preference shares may be convertible into equity shares, and equity shares cannot be converted into preference shares. Order of refund before preference shares before equity shares are paid, and equity shares after preference shares have been paid. And voting rights for preference shares, limited voting rights, and equity shares, full voting rights.
Correct. Disha,
Miss, degree of risk, preference share low risk, equity shares very high risk. Nominal value, preference shares have high value and equity shares have low value. Redeemable of capital, preference shares can be redeemed during lifetime of the company and equity shares not redeemable. Then appeal, it is appeal to cautious investors, and equity shares are appeal to bold and adventurous investors. Then voting rights, they have limited voting rights and equity shares have full voting rights. Rate, they have fixed rate and equity shares have rate which varies with the company's profit.
what rate? Rate of what?
Rate of dividend.
Yes, so you will have to mention rate of dividend. Okay, don't write only rate. It can be treated as rate of interest also. So you will have to clearly mention over there. Okay. Next.
Convertible preference shares may be convertible into equity shares. Equity shares cannot be converted into preference shares. Order of refund. Preference shares are refunded before equity shares are paid, and equity shares after preference shares are paid. Uh,
Okay. Yes. Now you, Apurva. Speak up now.
Miss, in base it is convertibility.
Hmm.
Preference share is convertible into equity share, and equity share cannot be converted into preference share. Then voting right, preference share limited voting right, and equity share fully voting right. Risk in preference share is comparatively low, and in equity share it is very high. Rate of dividend in preference share is fixed, and in equity share varies as per the profit of the company. Then redeemable preference share capital is redeemable at any time, and in equity share capital is redeemable only in the case of winding up of the company. Then further issue of share, preference share is not entitled to right to issue and bonus share, and equity share is entitled to right to issue of share and bonus share. Nominal value in preference share is very high, and in equity share is low.
Samriddhi Singh, are you there? Did you switch on your camera while writing? Two Samriddhis are there. One camera was off. I don't know whether she's Samriddhi Srivastava or Samriddhi Singh. Disha? Okay, now the time is up also. Likewise, you know, this is the way you will write your differences in the answer sheets. Basis, and you see, if you will learn the basis, then automatically you will be reminded of what are the points, what you have to write, okay, under preference shares and equity shares. So that is a very good way of learning, because there are so many differences, and if you will learn the basis of differences, in one word it is there, okay, and easily you can remember the differences between preference shares and equity shares on these bases, okay. So likewise, you can remember all these, and the same way you will write it in your answer sheets, okay. And one more thing, please be honest, okay. Again, I'm repeating it, be honest, try to judge yourself. Here you have to show the self-discipline. In class also, most of the students, see, today only 11 students, 12 students were there, now only 11 students are there. Hardly 11, 12, 20, not more than 22, 23 students have joined the class. Maximum 22, 23 students were there. And even in the online examination also, the same situation is there. So those who, means if you want, if you are self-disciplined, if you want to be honest, if you want to judge yourself, your abilities, your capabilities, then of course you will be honest. And honestly, you will give your paper. I know. Because that is of no use this time. You can befool others and you can get good marks, but in the near future, you won't succeed. Okay, in the near future, you won't succeed because you will have to maintain your position just on the basis of your knowledge. Okay, in the near future, you will maintain your position only and only on the basis of your knowledge. Whatever you have learned, your skill, your experience, your intelligence, your knowledge, that's all. I know percentage is very, very important for getting admission. If you don't get that much of percentage, you will not get the admission. But suppose you have got that, that much of percentage and you have got the admission also. But if you are not in a habit of working hard, being honest, being sincere, then you will not be able to maintain that position over there. Okay, so please keep these things in your mind and be honest. Whatever you remember, you write it. Okay, and give the paper as if that you are giving in the school. Okay, and we will come to know the student, those who are copying, writing internet answers. Last time I gave the marks, but this time I'm not going to give any marks. If the answers will be from internet, straight away I will write from internet and I will give 0 in that. Though it will be correct, but no marks will be awarded. I'm telling you this time. Okay, so please be careful whenever you are writing. I know what are the points which are given in the books and what are the points which are given on internet. Definitely it will not match. Okay, so most of the students, they don't even bother to see the book and copy from the book, but they copy from the internet. Okay, so please don't do that. Be honest. Prepare well all the topics, all the chapters. Only 5 chapters are coming. Okay, and try to give the paper as if that you are giving in the school. And I request you all, please present over there. Just switch on your camera and be there in the online examination. Okay, then only you will be able to judge yourself, and that is very, very important. Okay, so thank you very much. All the best for your preparations. Okay, thank you.